Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do another team draft review. Today is the Minnesota Vikings. If your team is alphabetically before the Vikings, that video is already out. If they're after, it'll be coming very soon. And let's talk about the Vikings. Before we start though, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it, as it goes a long way, and let me know what you think of the Vikings draft down below. But now, without any further ado, let's get into it. So as you can see, the ESPN needs for the Vikings were corner, guard, tight end, defensive end, and linebacker. And they filled them all. Even though the Vikings draft, obviously, we've got to talk about the trades. They traded out of the first round with a division rival all the way back to 32, let them trade up for Jameson Williams. And then they traded out of pick 34, which they got from the Lions in that Jameson Williams trade, to the Packers, who then got Christian Watson. So obviously, divisional trades, and especially divisional trades where you're not just absolutely fleecing them if they're trying to trade up with you, are a bit controversial, and they might have just let their rivals trade up for two players. They're going to haunt them for the foreseeable future. So with those aside, I'm not really going to grade those. We'll see how they pan out. But with pick 32, which they got from the Lions, they got Lewis Cine out of Georgia, a safety, and I think he's very good at 32. And with their other needs, I don't know how much they needed him compared to some other things. And again, I would probably rather them just got Jameson Williams at 14 and had the best receiving core in the league. But Cine is really good, and again, 32 is good value for him. I'm not really in that safeties aren't super valuable mindset, because they are. So I like this pick a lot. I think it's good. Not too much to dwell on there. Then at pick 10 of the second round, they got Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson, a corner who fell a very long way through just kind of out of the first round. I thought he was going to go in probably the 20s, the early 20s at that, but he had some injury concerns and he just fell. I was hoping my Chiefs would get him, late first round. I know some Bengals fans who wanted him late first round, but he fell past all those people. And, here he is at pick 10 in the second. And I think this is a great pick. If he's healthy, he could finally be that true corner that they've been looking for ever since Xavier Rhodes kind of fell off. And I think he has a high chance to be that, because I think he's really, really good. Then in the second round, they got guard out of LSU, Ed Ingram. Really, really good pass protector who is going to be a solid day one starter, I think. And, late in the second round, I don't think a home run pick, but I see the vision and I like it to, a pretty decent margin. So I'm happy with that pick. Then with the second pick in the third round, they got Brian Asamoah out of Oklahoma. A guy who I've made a film room on. If you haven't already seen that, go watch it if you're interested. And even though I thought this was a bad pick at first, the more I watch on him, the more I could understand the upside. He's little, but he can definitely do a lot of things. And at pick 66, getting kind of a discount into Kobe Dean, who doesn't have the injury concerns, I think could be very good. And I think he could possibly be, although I don't want to say it's probable, there's a chance he could be kind of the heir to Eric Kendricks. And that's kind of what I go over in my video, but you can check that out if you're interested. I like this value. Again, I would have taken to Kobe Dean. I don't care about the injury risks. I think he's just a better player, but Brian Asamoah is sneakily good. And I think this pick got a little bit too much hate. Then in the fourth round, they got a Caleb Evans, cornerback out of Missouri, big corner who can just hopefully be another guy in their rotation and maybe end up being a hit. Don't have too much to say on him. Same with my guy out of Minnesota. Minnesota really has some unique names that I am not really going to try to butcher, but I liked him a little bit. I didn't look into him too much, but I think a solid pick, a teammate of Boye Mafe. Then in the fifth round, they got Ty Chandler, running back out of North Carolina. Very good player who I think could have gone higher, and I think was very underrated. So I love this pick to add depth to their backfield. If he pans out, they can probably let Alexander Madison walk when it eventually becomes his time to do so. And then as, a compliment to Dalvin Cook, who is pretty much always hurt at this point. We're hoping he can bounce back, obviously, just as NFL fans, because he's so much fun. But I think this is going to be a good guy to add to their committee. Then they got Vidarian Lowe out of Illinois, tackle, who just, is going to be a good swing guy for them for now. And we'll see kind of how they can develop him. Then in the sixth round, they got Jalen Naylor out of Michigan State. Just a good player, not anything crazy, but a consistent player who's probably going to come in, get a couple hundred yards on downs where you might need him to, and just be a solid contributor. Just probably a good fourth, fifth guy in your receiving room for the foreseeable future. And I like him a lot, especially in the sixth round. And then in the seventh round, they got Nick Muse, tight end out of South Carolina. Just a solid depth guy and, a guy to add to their roster. So that's going to wrap it up for today. I like this Vikings draft. It's very deep, and they got a lot of bodies that can come in and hopefully contribute from day one, especially in an NFC North that might be more open than usual, with the Lions still rebuilding, the Bears look very bad, and the Packers, still going to be good, but the Vikings could have a chance to, maybe sneak in and can compete for the division, maybe make a wild card. Obviously, they get kind of wild card hype every year and are not always able to capitalize on it. But we'll see how they do this year. Vikings fans, let me know what you think of this class and of the trades, because again, those are kind of, not great if Jameson Williams and Christian Watson end up being studs, but we'll have to see. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. I have a ton of content on the way. More of these team drafts use a ton of film rooms for all your favorite players. Brian Asamoah is already out, and Andrew Booth Jr. is coming very, very soon. So make sure to tune into those if you're interested, and a ton of other players if you're not interested in either of them. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.